Hello everyone, welcome to episode 13 of Time Starts Now. My name is Misty. Apologies for the video being late, but let's take a look. I have the sheep farm, and I bred up a bunch of sheep, and I also dyed them a bunch of colors. All the colors of wool are in my inventory right now. We have got 9 elected colors, pink, orange, light blue, black, purple, magenta, yellow, blue, and light grey. And those are all the ones in here. I can't believe it. I've got a stack of black wool. Didn't think I'd get there. You can kind of tell which sheep has got the most sheep of its color. It must be black. So yes. So today's plan is to mark out on the other side of this chunk. So if I bring up the chunk borders, as you can see, I always say as you can see. If you look on this side, you can see there's another chunk here. I believe this is the right height. And basically, I'm going to cut down a bunch of trees and a chunk, and we're going to use wool to kind of mark out some of the buildings for the future, minus this chunk here, which of course is going to be for something else. So, I reckon we go into a bit of a tiny time lapse. So I'm still unsure on exactly what's going to go here, but I know that I wanted it to be like a kind of squarish building. And that it was gonna go here in this chunk. This area is kind of weird and awkward to work with. This next chunk kind of digs into this little area here, but I wanted it to be a little bit off center, so not fully fitting in the grid. You know, so far enough away so I get to do like a proper street. But you know, leaving at least 2 to 3 blocks. I think there's 2 blocks at the back, 3 blocks there, 4 blocks and 4 blocks. So it's very not off center. Something of about that height. It's a little. It's like it feels too tall, but I think it'll be fine once everything comes in. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. And another part done, this time a more circle-esque building. Again, didn't want to have full circle buildings, as I have the big tower up there. But I wanted the street to be varied in building sizes, and I did run out of wool to kind of mark the height of this one. But it'll be about a block, about 1 block taller to maybe 2 blocks taller than this one. As we are taking the street down from that level, and this road will probably get lowered down a bit, and then there'll be like this little level, and then it'll go up to this level again. In the next chunk. So now, I think I switch gears, and I go over to the other side, and I do the 2 buildings opposite it. So let me do those. There we have it, the 3rd building of the first bit of chunk street, it doesn't have a name yet, is in. This one of course has got quite a bit of dirt build up, but you know, it'll be cut down and we'll build a building in its place. I think I'm gonna do plan out one more building, and it's gonna go right here, but I am just noticing there's like not a cave system, is there? Oh, there is a cave system. Ah! There's also a skeleton. Whoop! Died. There we go. So I have got some wool left, and I'm thinking about what I might do for here, and that is a creeper. So let's clear out one last chunk. And there we have it, the fourth area of the first 4 buildings on the street are in. This one obviously has a cave system that kind of crawls through it. So I've only done like the front half of the building, but I think the plan for this building is maybe to stretch it back into there as well, like a kind of oval shape. And it kind of plays off the roundness of this building too, except this building's more of a non-oval shape. And so, I'm gonna keep gathering wool with my singular pair of shears, which is running out of durability, and work on the next part of this project. And there was a part that I haven't got to yet, and that is the factor that the bottom of these pens is actually going to be like there's gonna be like a little pixel art, but I realize it's probably not efficient for for grass wise and having this many sheep. But I am planning to automate my sheep farm. And that will happen under the ground, and then those materials will be transferred over to maybe that building, where we will have the storage of wool. And I am slowly breeding up cows as well, but it's a long, slow, tedious process, this, and obviously episode 13 is already late, so yeah. So the kind of plan for the town is for each kind of town building to be either a storage for a resource or a building that's like a farm. And so I'm not quite sure, 100% sure what each building's gonna be, but I know that there are some farms that I need to make. There will be some sort of mob farm. Probably some sort of farm for food, help, and all that. Other useful things. Of course. And that's kind of just the plan, and these outlines are gonna help me picture it. And as the title of this video says, you know, town starts now. Very, very lovely play on words. So yeah, like I said, I think this might be like you walk in and I might extend it back a little bit more or something, and lining the walls would be like an automatic sheep farm, or you know, underneath there or whatever, and then it gets fed through like a hopper line and then up a little water stream, which then puts it into like some chests of the different colors. And of course I am working towards getting every single color, but I had to sacrifice some colors. I know like red is a really easy color to get. Green, once I get cactus I can do green, and same with lime green, so that's why I'm lacking the greens. Cyan can't happen until I get green as well. And then of course there is dark grey and white as well. And then I've pretty much got every colour, I believe. I've got orange, I've got yellow, the greens are missing, blue. I think I've got all 3 types of purples you can get. So yeah, so this will be like a kind of, and it'll be dressed up like a shop front, and I'm very much inspired by Mumbo Jumbo's current season 10 base, where he has his storage in shop fronts. But of course, this island, which this is an island by the way, I think I've established that, is going to be just transformed, and so eventually we'll get to a point and then there'll be like a cross section and that'll kind of go round wherever it needs to go. Opposite this one over here, I think this will be a farm. I'm thinking of doing my sugarcane maybe in this one. That is a creeper. Hi. You wanna fight? Come on over. Come on. Where'd you go? Come on. Yeah. Woo! No, don't explode, please. Oh, nuts. Not in a very convenient place either. Every time a creeper's exploded in this world, it's always been in the most inconvenient space. But very much, gosh, what was I saying? Yeah, I think that I will have the sugarcane farm here, and of course, the moss farm's gonna have its own part. This will be a functioning farm, and it will still have like a storefront, but instead it'll have like a barrel sitting outside of it, or like as like decoration, where I could just come by and pick up the materials I need. Oh my gosh, it really did a number on this. So yeah, so then for that, and then over here, like I said, this is gonna be like an oval one. I'm wondering if I think I might want to try and build one of those like auto copper oxidizing machines where you place it in and then it can like oxidize or whatever. And then opposite it over here in the purple, again, don't know. But yeah, and then eventually, somewhere towards the back of the island, there will be another tall tower to kind of make sure that we're not blocking sightlines, and that's likely to house a mob farm, hopefully, and that will be happening sooner rather than later. And of course, this pathway is going to be all snazzed up. Like I said, working towards concrete. Concrete's a very expensive. I didn't realize how expensive it actually was for concrete until recently. Concrete's really expensive material to get when you are in a lone survivor. When you're alone in a survival world. I don't know if many people noticed it, but like I used yellow concrete around up here, and that was like enough to just make me not want to make concrete anymore. But I am collecting sand and gravel. But as you can see, my supplies are a little bit low. And there is no desert in sight. Like, if I found a desert, I would have cactus and I would have the green dye. So, that's a fun little thing. And yeah, and then I have my double wheat farm over here, which of course I'm letting this one grow out as much as it can, so I can then replant both fields, and then once I've got that going, it's pretty much unlimited wheat forever. And that concludes these 3 squares. Yeah, wheat, moss, storage. This is just like one of those pathway decorate kind of half things, and so will a lot of these other things. Here is gonna be, I believe, like it's gonna be like a little hub. I'm gonna call it like the museum or something. And that's what will be here. And then obviously this square will be the dock. And this square will be like the second hub. And I'm thinking it'll be like another building. Similar to like this, but it'll be poking like halfway out the ground. And then this one will be more fully out the ground. to create like a kind of multi-level thing. Or even the other way around. Maybe this one will be like half in the ground or something, and this one will be fully on the ground with like the same roof pattern. Just to kind of give it some things. And whoa, that is a very tall spruce tree. Yeah, I am collecting spruce wood. It's gonna be a big material I'm gonna need. Well, that is all I've got time for this episode. This has been episode 13. Can't wait for 14. Don't be surprised if 14's also delayed. I am thinking of changing the release date of Time Starts Now from Sundays to a different day. But coming this Wednesday, hopefully fingers crossed if I haven't screwed everything up, there will be episode 2 of Subnautica, because the first episode did well enough and I was like, it's going to be another half an hour long episode of unedited footage, because it's just, I just like that style of series. But anyway, I'm going to try something new as well in this video. If you liked this video, don't forget to click that subscribe button and press the like and leave a comment. And do whatever else you want to do with it. Share it with your friends if you want to. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye!